Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm wearing my pajamas today and I just thought I'd have a chilled evening where I'm talking to you about my 2023 recap. And today I thought that I would just go over what happened in 2023, a little recap of what has happened and how I will approach 2024 differently. Let's go ahead. Honestly, this year has been a complete roller coaster. So I'm going to go through each month and what has happened in each month. I'll put like little pop-up pictures beside where I'm talking, either on this side or this side, but I'm going to go through my year a month at a time, and also at the end I will be explaining what I've learned this year and how I will approach next year differently. I was doing YouTube a year ago, but I didn't actually get around to doing a video like this, so I'm very excited for this one. First of all, I'm going to start with January, obviously. So in January of 2023, I remember I was still in Egypt at this time. I had no idea that I'd be in Slovakia 8-9 months later, so I had absolutely no clue. I thought I was in Egypt for the long run. So at this time, I look pretty chilled in this video. I'll just put it here. I think in this video actually specifically, I remember I posted this on the 1st of January to go into the new year with a bang. And it was a really good night. It was actually at a coffee shop event. The coffee shop was called Kim's Egypt. I spoke to a few influencers, celebrities, local legends that night. They had a red carpet. It was really, really fun. They also had a 360 camera where you stand in the middle and then the camera goes around. Yeah, I looked really chilled in this video. That's probably because I just had the easiest semester of university ever. I only had one subject, anesthesia, and thank God I passed it at the time. Little did I know that it would get a lot harder. But let's move on to February now. So in this month, I actually decided to change my hair colour from blonde to brown. This is a pretty dramatic change for me considering I have been blonde. I have dyed my hair brown once before, but I have been blonde for most of my life. So this is a very dramatic change, and I think I decided to approach life differently at this time, and therefore, yeah, I just decided on a new hair colour really. Let me know what you prefer on me. I personally prefer brown hair. I think it brings out my features more, but I would love to hear your thoughts on that one. Please let me know. So in March, I had the stress of second semester where I was doing 7 or 8 subjects at the same time. So I really did start to feel the pressure with that one. I also arranged my own personal photo shoot with my friend, Charlie Nash. So I will just put her Instagram here. She's an amazing model. She works in Egypt and Saudi. Thank you so much, Charlie, for doing that. It really boosted my confidence at the time, and I'm so grateful that you helped me with that one. I also had my first patient in March as well. So March was full of firsts for me. It was a very challenging month. I was very nervous to treat my first patient, if I'm being honest, but I was okay and I just took my time with it. Everything was okay in the end. I actually ended up doing an okay job, so I was really happy about that one. Okay, so April was my animal month. It was the month where I was relaxing a little bit more, and somehow when I was looking on my camera roll of my phone, I just had loads of pictures and videos of animals, so I'm just assuming that I was around a lot of animals and caring for a lot of animals at that time. I think at this point in time I owned about 5 or 6 cats, so yeah, I'll just put some of the videos and pictures here. That was a really nice time for me just to relax, and animals, especially cats, do help you to de-stress. So maybe I was relying on my cats to de-stress me at the time, but it certainly looked like it was helping. In May, that is when we started our exams. So let's move on to May. This was when things started to get a little bit stressy. A lot stressy, shall I say. This was when I was sleeping for 4 hours and studying for 20. I would pump myself full of caffeine in the morning with the hopes to retain loads and loads of information throughout the day. I had to study for several subjects at the same time. This was because my practical exams had started in May. So yeah, there was a lot going on as far as exams. In May, I was not happy at all. May was a slog. I remember hating my hair colour. I remember just not feeling like myself, completely drained. And I was really looking forward to going home in the summer for a refresh. I think I got off to the wrong start with exams, especially with practical exams in May, because I just, even from the first day of studying, I did not feel like myself. I felt completely drained. It might have been because of the heat. It was starting to get hot in Egypt, and I just wasn't loving life at that point in time. So yeah, May was not a great month for me. Moving on to June though, from May to June there was not much of an improvement, if I'm being honest. In June, I still had exams. I didn't have my practical exams anymore, but I did have my theory exams, which were even harder, even more intense. We had to learn a ridiculous amount of information, especially for pathology. This was an exam that I was extremely worried about, purely because of the amount of content that we had to learn in that time. And it wasn't just as if we were studying for 4 or 5 exams. No, we had to study for, I'm pretty sure it was either 7 or 8 exams that we had to study for at that time. I still felt like I was so far away from my goals in June. I felt as if I would possibly fail 1 or if not more of my exams. It was so intense. The exams were very difficult, and looking back, I would not want to redo that part of my life. I was very stressed. I was feeling even more drained than I did in May. I was just wanting to go home and take a break. And the worst thing about June, my birthday was on the 24th of June, and I'm pretty sure that my last exam was either on or after my birthday. So I still had to be studying during my birthday. It was a really rubbish time for me. So let's move on to July, shall we? July was a big sigh of relief for me. Thank God. I'd finished with my theory and practical exams. I started the process of loving myself again, putting my energy into how I looked, how I felt within myself. I started to take time out for myself and relax a bit more, give my body the rest that it needed. Life turned around. I actually was in a movie. It was an Akram Hosty movie. I don't know if anyone here is familiar with that actor, but he was so nice. I met him in person, and we did like a crazy car chase scene. That was a tongue twister, sorry. And it was very fun to film. So that was a brilliant time of the year for me. That was definitely one of my highlights of 2023, filming this movie. So yeah, July was a pretty good month for me. So August was the month of uncertainty. So it went from stress in May and June to up, happy in July, and then down again, uncertainty in August. It wasn't so much of a stress in August, it was more just not knowing where I was going or what I was doing. So August started off with a really fun photo shoot for a clothing brand with my friend Charlie Nash. I remember the day just being really chilled, really fun. They had music on in the background when we were doing our shoots, and the clothes were really different and unique. I had like a denim skirt thing. I'll put a photo here. I had a denim skirt, but it wasn't a short denim skirt. It was kind of layered, and it was like almost a wrap over skirt, and you wouldn't necessarily expect that with denim. So yeah, that photo shoot was really fun. However, I did find out that I'd failed my pathology exam from June when I sat it. So I had to start the process of preparing for the summer course, where I would retake the exam in September. So I started a month before in August. I wasn't stressed because I knew that I had enough time to study for it, but at the same time I was looking to moving university to another country, and that's where I started looking into Slovakia and moving to Slovakia. So it was, yeah, uncertain. I didn't really know where I was going or what I was doing at this time. So when I decided to actually move to Slovakia to study dentistry instead of staying in Egypt, I felt as if all the hard work that I'd done for this retake had suddenly been erased, and it was a bit frustrating, if I'm being honest. I also couldn't really go home for summer because I was constantly toing and froing about having to retake or having to leave and organise all my documents in Egypt. So it was a very uncertain time for me. I wasn't sure about what I was doing. When I decided to move to Slovakia, I obviously knew that I wasn't staying in Egypt anymore, so I no longer had to worry about studying for my resit because I was moving. My plans had changed, and this was a little bit frustrating. Although I knew I was going to somewhere better for me, changing plans isn't always the most comfortable thing, but I do believe that comfort can sometimes hold you back from progressing. I think I've made the right choice of moving to Slovakia to study dentistry, and although it was frustrating to have so many things change at that point in time, I am definitely confident that I've made the right decision. So in September, this was the farewell. So I had to say bye to my cats, I had to say bye to the culture and the beautiful country of Egypt, and I also had to say bye to the amazing people that I'd met in that country as well, and I'm sure that I'll be back there at some point, hopefully in the future. So in October, I was getting used to my local area in Slovakia, Košice. I was looking at the new university that I would be attending, meeting new friends, socialising, just getting familiar with my new surroundings and my new environment that I'd be in. I think since moving to Slovakia, I've no longer had that pressure of knowing that I have to sit the ORE after I graduate. So that's made me a lot more settled in where I am now, and I'm very happy that I made the decision to move here. So in November, this was my month of exploring the new environment. I was exploring new places to study, new places to visit. I think I went to the zoo in this month, so that was really interesting. It was a really fun day, although I had to cycle up a very steep hill. It was really good to redo all the procedures that I had previously done in Egypt, including class 1, class 2 restorations, as well as impressions. December. So in December I had exams, but I also had a very good opportunity to refresh and energise myself for the new year. I was recently at home for Christmas, and I'm really thankful that I was able to go home. Thanks Mum and Dad for making that happen. I'm really grateful for you. Moving on to the next year though, I think it's important to, I'm speaking for myself, to go into the new year with a very positive mindset. I know that everyone's gone through their challenges from 2023. I've spoken to a lot of people and it's been a very challenging year for a lot of them. So I think it is very important, although we've been through these struggles and these setbacks a lot of the time, do try to go into the new year thinking, what will I do differently? So thank you so much everyone for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed my 2023 recap. And if you want to discuss anything regarding the new year or what I've been through in 2023, please reach out to me. And if you've liked this video, please like, comment and subscribe. Thank you so much, and I will see you later. Bye.